Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Marty Motoring. I haven't made a video in months. I'm here in my Ranger, so I just wanted to give a little bit of an update of what's going on with the Ranger, since I kind of just cliffhangered it the last video. Tomorrow it's going for state inspection, which means it would be fully road legal if everything passes. I feel like it's going to need a few things, and just kind of what's going on in my life as well, and some of the changes and vehicles and everything that's going on here. So here I am downtown in some public parking, and there is our 2016 Ford Flex. That's been an awesome vehicle. It's the twin turbo V6 all-wheel drive EcoBoost. And then I also have this Ranger, which I've kind of fixed up the last few months and gotten on the road. So I've done some modifications and fixes to this thing over the last few months, and it's become a pretty clean truck. So if you don't know, I got this truck back in June of 2025. I had a manual one that was a little beat up and higher mileage, so sold that, got this one for around the same price, just because it's lower mileage and automatic. And then I had to fix a bunch of things and get it inspected, and I wasn't sure, in the last video I was getting it inspected, I wasn't sure it was going to pass, and it didn't the first time. I needed to fix a few things on it, including the emergency brake cable. The drum brakes weren't working properly, so I did get that fixed, bled the brakes, did new wheel cylinders in the back, so that helped a lot. And then up front it had a couple ball joints and bushings and stuff that were going, so I ended up doing all new lower control arms with bushings and the lower ball joint, steering knuckle, all new wheel bearings and everything like that, and then also the upper control arms. So I got this Velcro bed cover, tonneau cover, got some black badging as well off eBay, and this works pretty good. Unfortunately, I still have this mat in here because I need to angle grind this off. I just bought an angle grinder along with this bench at Harbor Freight over the weekend, so I got to cut this off because the bolts are so long through the bed, kind of patch the holes and do bed liner. So that's kind of the plan for the bed, which will probably take a whole weekend just to do properly. I did end up getting this tinted with 20% tint, and it looks awesome. It just looks so much better. I went to a mini truck show with one of my video clients, and kind of got inspired to finish this thing. Obviously it's not a mini truck right now, it's not slammed and on really cool wheels, but it is coming along. Just it's a great daily driver with the gas mileage and everything. In the interior, nothing crazy here. I got this NRG steering wheel. Even with the fuses that are supposed to disable the airbag light still comes on, but the horn does work, so that's cool. And it's a little dirty from my daughter and everything, just life. But I do have this Apple CarPlay Boss system unit that works really well. It has wireless CarPlay and it sounds pretty good for only having 2 speakers. And those I upgraded as well in the last video, if you saw that. Got this little MagSafe mount. Got a clip-on mirror just for wider angles, see my blind spots. And yeah, it's a very basic, minimal truck. You can see not a lot of room there. If I put my head all the way back, it hits, but yeah, it's pretty small. But I'm 6'1" and I fit, so can't complain there. This has been a solid little truck. I've carried so many things with it, and I'm glad I have it. Well, I had the previous one that was manual, and that was kind of annoying to drive just because the manual transmission wasn't great. This automatic does make it a lot easier, and I probably have, I don't know, $500 into it after buying it for $3,000. So, you know, is it really worth it? It depends. Like if I was to turn around and sell this, I maybe would break even. It's a one-owner truck. It was owned by a pest control company for the 230,000 miles, and I put about 2,000 miles on it so far. We're gonna back into my garage spot here. All right, and here we are in my garage. I'm kind of in the middle of reorganizing stuff once again because we're moving again. So I don't know if you remember or have seen the video from January of 2025 where I talked about selling my house in another town, moving to this town about 35 minutes away, and kind of starting fresh in a way. Well, our lease is almost up at the apartment, and we found a place that's a little bit bigger, fits our needs, 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms so I can have a home office for my business, all that good stuff. And I'm pretty excited about it. It's in a really nice neighborhood. It's a newer build, and we're excited just to kind of move on to the next thing. Unfortunately, that means I'll probably be getting rid of this garage if I have a nice newer 2-car garage to work in, unless I really find myself needing more space. But like I said, I'm in here trying to simplify and just keep the good stuff and what I need and nothing more. It is now November 2025, which is hard to believe. Here's my Harley I got back in July, did a bunch too, made some videos on, took to Ocean City Bike Week. There's my bike I have barely ridden this year and probably need to. I've been pretty decently consistent with the gym, but I need to be more consistent with that. And I need to ride this more because it's a blast. This is actually the Milwaukee toolbox that I got for free with my old Ranger, or not for free. The Ranger price was inflated and it came with this. But let's open up the garage here. And so with getting a new garage, I'm thinking this will be a really good workbench to have. I got this on sale. The Yukon wood one I can put on a wood vise and it'll be nice and fresh and new, and I can do some woodworking on it as well. And then I need to figure out a workbench about this table height, maybe get one of those and set it up just like this with the fridge and the air compressor. And I got this Yukon cabinet on sale as well, so I can store all kinds of stuff down here. And then I have a nice extra drawer. Had this extra Ford badge, so I just threw it on there. Motorcycle helmet, and then all my tools I need to organize. So yeah, that's kind of where things are at right now. Kind of in an organizational state. Kind of getting ready for the move and planning out how that garage is gonna sit. I have this out here right now because I have a better one of these, and my friend Steve gave me this, and I want to use it, but I think I want to cut it straighter and paint it just to make it a nicer workbench surface. Maybe take these out of the bottom so that I can fit that. I'm just gonna see if I can make it work. The Ranger is fixed and inspected and legal and running really well. I still need to do the pan gasket for the transmission. It's a little leaky, and I'd love to do a little bit of new fluid, a drain and fill, and then also the rear diff fluid. That needs to be changed. The Ranger is really hard to beat in terms of practicality. It's not the most comfortable, not the most fun to drive. It is like kind of cool looking and novelty, but it's just so useful. It'd be hard for me to consider getting rid of it. I really only want to have 2 cars, so that's one of them, which leaves the other car to be the one we all travel in as a family. And the Flex has been great at that. My only worry is the turbos, if they ever go, or the oil pump, or there's a few issues that are hit or miss with those EcoBoost engines. I do have an aftermarket warranty, so that should be okay if those things did happen. The Ranger is just, it's too clean, it's too practical. I'm never gonna find another one like that. That clean, that nice, not dented, not super scraped up, restorable in a way. I don't think I'm gonna find another one like that, so I don't wanna get rid of it for that reason. Some people have wondered how my seats are, and they're only ripped there. The passenger is really clean. Of course, we have the car seat on there. Dash is decently clean other than a few scratches. Overall, it's pretty good condition for a older work truck. And some of the upgrades I've done have definitely helped. When you have this open, it definitely looks like not as good because it's all scraped up and scratched up and just not very nice. So I can't wait to do the bed liner and everything there. Oh yeah, that should be a good size to go along with this toolbox and that Yukon box. I think it's gonna fit really well. We'll have 2 Yukon products and a Milwaukee product. But yeah, man, life is always changing, and sometimes for better, for worse. I think this is for the better. I'm really happy where we're at with vehicles, garage, housing. Just life has been crazy, busy, but good. And yeah, looking forward to this next chapter. I wanna say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along. Definitely drop your comments, questions, all that stuff down in the comments below. With all that said, thank you for watching, and keep those wheels turning.